St. Lucia has taken another step forward in advancing dialogue on the establishment of a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, a two-day capacity-building workshop facilitated by the UNESCO Kingston office and funded by UNESCO's science sector, engaged partners across government, civil society and local communities. A biosphere reserve is a protected area nominated by a national government and designated by UNESCO under its Man and the Biosphere program to promote sustainable development and conserve biodiversity and cultural diversity. Issuing welcome remarks, Secretary General of the St. Lucia National Commission for UNESCO, Marcia Symphorian, outlined goals for the two-day event.
The objectives are twofold. On one hand, we want to further build capacity by sensitizing and creating greater awareness of the MAB program among stakeholders. And secondly, we want to start a conversation around identifying and hopefully establishing biosphere reserves, 1, 2, as many as necessary in St. Lucia, which will really serve as models for how we can manage conservation and man-made activity and how we can promote a harmonious relationship between ourselves and our environment.
The Man and the Biosphere program, or MAB, was first implemented by UNESCO in 1971. The program emphasizes balance between biodiversity and human activity, a principle that aligns closely with the Government of St. Lucia's Sustainable Development Agenda. Chairman of the St. Lucia National Commission for UNESCO, Honorable Sean Edward, underscored the government's commitment to ensuring that economic growth does not come at the expense of the environment. He noted that harmony with nature is not optional, but essential for meeting sustainable development goals.
I welcome this important initiative, which has as its core mandate the promotion of sustainable development by advocating a balance between conservation and the sustainable use of our natural resources. Through the MAB program, we can develop a model of sustainable management which is in the interest of both people and nature and which can be replicated throughout the island. This workshop marks the start of a process which seeks to enhance the protection and management of St. Lucia's rich biodiversity while promoting responsible and sustainable development. This will require a multifaceted approach, combining policy development, capacity building and stakeholder and community engagement. Our commitment to this process does not end with today's workshop.
Globally, 756 biosphere reserves have been established in 136 countries. In the Caribbean, despite notably rich biodiversity across the region, only 2 reserves currently exist on St. Kitts and Nevis and Trinidad and Tobago. By advancing dialogue on establishing a reserve, St. Lucia is further cementing the intention to maintain sustainable development at the heart of national growth. Action, Minister Edward stressed, is critical if St. Lucia is to deliver on its development vision, one that prioritizes climate resilience, community well-being, and the responsible use of natural resources. With its biodiversity and strong policy direction, St. Lucia is well placed to become a model for balancing conservation with sustainable economic opportunities. From the Communications Unit of the Department of Education, Innovation and Vocational Training, I am Keba Taliam.